It's Wednesday, May 21st. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-Minute Fix. Welcome to the 5-Minute Fix, where we take stories about pretty much anything from pretty much anywhere and try to give it to you in 5 minutes or less today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like if you can't get yourself out of a situation or you want people to believe a certain narrative, claim ignorance, and that will lead you to where you want to go. Well, at least that's what our girl Haliey Welch seems to believe. This young lady is coming out here and trying to tell us that she did not make a single dime from her hawk to a coin crypto scam. And not only that, she essentially is saying she ain't know nothing about crypto. Now, that last part, I will probably agree. I personally do not think she really knew exactly what she was getting into. Now, the way that she described how the situation went, though, there are definitely people around her who I hope she replaced, first of all, and secondly, who should have done the due diligence, or perhaps maybe thought that just with the current landscape of the meme coin situation in general, that perhaps they could make a quick buck, help her make a quick buck, or something like to that matter anyways. So, we know that she came out, said that she's no longer under investigation, that there's going to be a documentary about how she got all big and shit. And on top of that, she's also done a couple interviews. Now she's gone on to her podcast and has essentially described the entire situation, or I guess at least how she got into it.
Hey guys, it's finally time that we get into the meme coin disaster and address everything that's
going on.
Call
it a disaster,
and
damn
we can
right.
Finally tell our truth about it as we know it, and I finally
my truth.
get to tell my side of the story that I've been holding on to. After reading all the comments and everything people have been saying about it, I thought it would be best if I just sat here and addressed it myself.
So why are you just now wanting to address everything?
It's something you definitely want to address, but I couldn't at the time, because of all the legal stuff going on. I was in an open investigation going to see the FBI, and then the SEC reached out. And I think somebody else reached out too, but they ended up not wanting anything after everything else was shut down.
The hell?
I don't know. It was very stressful because I couldn't get my point across, and I had to just sit there and let people call me a scammer, a crook, all sorts of different things.
Yeah, that was stressful.
It's the internet, of course, man. People talk shit to me every day. Every video I put out, there's ridiculous comments. You just got to push that shit aside. Who cares?
It was stressful. Because, I couldn't sit there and defend myself and tell them what happened. I was told not to say nothing.
Yeah. So how'd you even get introduced to, the crypto space?
It was just like any other deal that gets brought to you. The deal got brought to my managers a few times by different...
Right there, brought to the managers. The managers, like I said, I'm not going to say that she, knew exactly what was going on, but it's definitely on her managers to realize that, hey, this is probably not a good situation. And it kind of makes me believe that maybe the managers got a little kickback outside of the whole thing that maybe Haliey was supposed to get and she didn't, in order to get Haliey to push this meme coin scam.
Different people. I don't know. I was very hard to persuade at first because I've never heard anything good about the space, like Bitcoin, crypto. I've never heard anything good about it.
Bitcoin's the best one out of all of them. What's this girl talking about?
And I didn't know enough to really get into it, I don't think. But I finally I finally gave in and just done it. It sounded like it was going to be a great thing.
We were excited for it. There was definitely good moments.
Leading up to it, it definitely had good spots because, you were promised some money out of it. I was promised money out of it.
Oh, even her homegirl was getting hooked up, huh?
I think you helped me market it, too, at one point, did you not?
Yeah, I was the one videoing it and sending all the ads for it.
So, you were both promised money up front for doing that, just like a spokesperson would for a coin. And then we were also promised money for our charity. We'd have had plenty of money for our charity. I don't know, it sounded like a good idea, but it was not.
So did you make anything from the coin at all?
So the only thing I made from it wasn't even from the coin. I got paid a marketing fee.
Technically, okay, I see what you're saying, but she did make something from being involved with the coin. That's not making anything.
That's all I made. I did not make a dime from the coin itself.
So you got paid for promoting it, or?
Just promoting it and putting all the work into it.
And hold up, she got her friend here asking what seems to be curated questions. And she coming out here making it seem like it's all natural, just rolling off the tongue. No chance. I ain't believing that shit.
But the videos and stuff that I do for him to post, that's what I got paid for. But the coin itself, anything that was raised from that coin, I did not make a dime off of it. But at this point, everything I paid for PR crisis, a new lawyer, stuff like that.
All that money went to that.
Every bit of it.
A new lawyer.
So I've really come out with nothing.
Damn.
All that trouble for nothing.
Yeah. What would you say to your fans that actually lost money in the coin?
I don't know. I feel like I let them down a lot. It was my face on the coin, so
Hell
they
yeah.
felt like they could trust me, and I could lead them to something good that's going to be long term.
The promised
help them out
land.
in the long run.
So how was the deal presented to you?
They present it to me with like little work, like what I told you earlier. Like they'll send me sentences of what to say, and I'll just take a selfie video saying it and repeating it, and then I'll send it to the guy that's running it, and he'd post it on Twitter. My whole
Guys, this is 100% on the people managing this young lady. I'm not going to come here and like insult her intelligence or anything, but obviously she even said she didn't know much about it. She said she turned down a few crypto offers prior to this whole thing. The managers got her messed up. I hope she's got a new managing crew out here helping her out with this shit, because you can't be letting people get you into stuff like this.
Twitter was ate up with crypto stuff. Like, he got the community together. I did none of that. I don't know any of those people. When we first started doing it, the guy that ran it, he ended up, like, texting me. I don't know. It'd be just, like, short sentences and stuff. Like, I would have to take a video of myself saying so he could post on Twitter, like, on my account. Keep in mind, I don't even have Twitter downloaded.
Yeah, I remember you making videos, like, talking about it, and I had no idea
yes,
what the
and you
hell
had to video
about.
it for me.
Yeah.
You're like, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to, like, let's back this up a second. You telling me that you are okay talking about something, promoting something that you don't have any idea in which what it is? Anybody in their right mind got to think twice about something like that. Maybe it is her goddamn fault. Maybe she shouldn't have been throwing out them promotional videos and stuff if she had no idea what the hell she was saying. Couldn't understand the words that were coming out of her own mouth.
But he would do that, and that's really all we done, like, over the months. He would run my Twitter for me. I can't really say his name legal-wise.
Why not? I thought it was all done.
Yeah, just
Who you looking to? I thought the situation was all taken care of. You signed an NDA or something?
keep going.
Yeah. I legally can't say his name or company, but...
So pretty much in all the videos you did, you were just saying what they were telling you to say?
Well, he would text me, and occasionally he would call me, too, and be like, oh, well, you can do it like this. And I'm like, okay. But he would text me, like, paragraphs with different bullet points, like what to read off and what kind of videos he needed, because he ran my Twitter.
She gave up the login information.
You know, Twitter's just like a place where you can literally type something out and post it if you want to. My Twitter was dedicated to
Yes, we
crypto.
know what
Obviously,
Twitter
they don't
is,
have
ma'am.
And you
anything to
never
do with
even
me.
used Twitter before.
I don't even have it downloaded on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use Twitter.
Guys, I'll have the link down to the rest of that 20-minute podcast in the description down below. Look, we talked about this before. Obviously, this is, I wouldn't say old news, a little bit of an update, but, you know, she's constantly trying to backpedal, you know, distance herself away from the situation, and rightfully so. I think anybody in her situation would try to do that. But, you know, it's hard for me to believe that she doesn't think she should take any sort of responsibility for this. You know, she did talk about letting her fans down, that kind of thing. But I want to know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich. This has been your 5-Minute Fix.